For our team to come out with a win today. I thought we played a good first half. When you look at the first half being up 40-36, I thought our offensively, especially, I thought Malik had his best half of the year in the first half of this game today with 4 assists. When he went down, he hit the backboard in the second half. I think our trainer got confused and thought he was cramping again. He wasn't. He just got hit really hard. So he told me to get him out of the game there early on. But I was really, disappointed how we started the second half, because they came out and scored 6 points, 2 off of tip-ins and 1 off a dunk. That was the key for us to having the lead, is not giving those kind of plays up. And ended up going into a 9-point deficit. And what makes me most proud of this group is to not drop their head and fight back possession by possession, and started with getting some important stops. They were patient on offense. They missed a couple contested shots, and we came down and scored. I thought Q was key during that run, and Q did. Everybody who played today played important minutes and made big plays. I really thought Gavin showed a lot of heart and a lot of toughness to show up and play today. He didn't practice, yesterday. He just went through some, running and moving to see how it felt, and really excited that he was able to get out there and give us 24 minutes, because they were huge, including 2 assists. I thought Johnny's 6 rebounds, especially the first half, he came in and really gave us a lift off the bench. Our 13 assists, only 9 turnovers is huge, and getting to the line. I can't remember the last time we got to the line 26 times by attacking the rim. And to start that second half, we fell in love with the jump shot, and that's where we had the deficit at the offensive end, because we had open looks, and then we started getting back to attacking the basket. But our defense, I think one of my assistants told me to start the second half at the 11:22 mark, when I called the timeout down 9, they were shooting like 70% for the second half, and then for the rest of the game, they ended up shooting 35, so they must have really shot a low percentage those last 11 minutes. I'll have to look and see what it was. You guys might have a better feel for that. Questions?
During that stretch, they were shooting. Were you able to extend the zone out and make them take a lot more threes?
Yeah, at what point?
You talk about that timeout, it came out there too late, started
Well, what had happened was that we were so bad defensively, we switched out of the zone after the first 4 or 5 minutes, and then we continued to be scored on too easily in our man, and we switched back to the zone. We got back to doing what we've been doing in the first half. I thought our defense, even though they shot a pretty good percentage, was pretty good in the first half. We made some adjustments. They kept going high post to the guy along the baseline, Osikowski, 21, who played really well for them. But we matched up with their shooters, and they ended up shooting 4 for 24 against the zone, so probably a lot of threes, 24 of their 61 shots, which sounds familiar. So we were glad about that, because that's we want people to take perimeter shots and not shots in the paint, which is something we've been giving up a lot, especially in our man.
Your team's been in that position a couple of times this season and didn't close like they did today. What did you think was the difference, and why they closed the way they did today?
I thought that obviously coming off 2 tough losses and not wanting to feel that pain again and that sting helped the focus, and I thought they really played aggressively. And I thought there was a lot of really good plays. I thought that we were smart down the stretch using the clock, time and score. We were up 7 with the ball, 67-56, and I was thinking about that, and turn it over on an advance to Q with like 4 minutes to go, and that was a big play. And I think they came down and maybe scored. I can't remember. But that was a key juncture the way we held on at that point. But the story of the game is being up 6, falling down by 9, a 15-point differential, and then clawing our way back to a 10-point win. Says a lot about the character of our guys, and that's what makes me feel good. We're getting tougher.
Did you know that Gavin was going to play, or was it a situation where you would have liked to have not played him? And you
I didn't know that he was. There was a chance he was going to play until when. It was after our shoot-around today, or lunch, I think, after our lunch. Because he got on the the 3G machine up there and was running, you know, really hard, sprinting hard. And so, you know, our trainer felt good about it. And did he come in here? I don't even know if he was in here. How was he?
Good.
Good.
He said, you made him go to contacts instead of glasses to avoid fogging up.
I like it a lot better. Yeah. I mean, do you ever notice when you know, when they're fogging up all the time? He's filling them during the game. And, you know, I think that he's a good-looking kid, and I'm happy for him.
With Q, you kind of talked about he struggled the last couple of games shooting wise, then he hits that big three and then takes the lead. What's it say about, as you kind of said, the character that, you know, he doesn't have any fear or whatever?
Q has no fear. And when we talk about that 9-point deficit, at that point, he was in the game. He was huge to help us come back in this game today. And I'm really, you know, excited for him because, you know, these kids, they work hard, and it felt good to get the win today for our team, for sure.
Saw Eric Holman working in the pregame and stuff. How close is he to getting out there?
I think he's still a ways away. You know, we're working him really hard, and you know, but I don't want to make a poor judgment until he's actually ready. You know, he's just starting to get into physical practice now, where we're going up and down, and you know, him being out there is different than having a 250-pound guy leaning on you and pounding on you, and that's what he's got to be able to withstand, to have that thing hold up. So we'll see. We're taking it, you know, day by day. And that will ultimately be decided by team doctor and our, but he's working really hard to get that thing back.
Is that it? All right, with 11:20